Welcome to Module 4, where I'm going to transition from understanding what AI is and how to use it ethically to mastering how to communicate with it effectively. In Module 3, I established the ethical framework for responsible AI use. Now I'll focus on the practical skills that will make you an effective AI collaborator, both in your current studies and your future accounting careers. I'll cover prompt engineering fundamentals, explore the evolution toward context engineering, examine multimodal prompting for academic and professional applications, but always emphasize verification strategies. The skills you learn here will help you with everything from understanding complex accounting concepts in your coursework to conducting sophisticated financial analysis in your professional practice. By the end of this module, you'll move from being AI users to being AI collaborators in both academic and professional contexts. Effective prompting is both an art and a science, and it's crucial for both your academic success and your future accounting career. Generative AI systems are incredibly powerful, but they're only as good as the instructions you provide. The classic computer science principle of garbage in, garbage out applies especially to the generative AI interactions. In your academic work, imprecise prompts can lead to generic responses that don't help you truly understand complex concepts like earnings per share or accounting for investments. Poor prompts might give you surface-level explanations when you need deep understanding for exams and assignments. In your professional work, the stakes are even higher. Imprecise prompts can lead to incorrect calculations that affect financial statements, misapplied accounting standards that could result in compliance issues, or analysis that damages client relationships. Your ability to prompt effectively isn't just a nice-to-have skill. It's a competitive advantage that will make you more successful in your studies and more valuable in the marketplace. Better prompting leads to better understanding in school and better results in practice, which leads to higher value for your future clients and employers. As generative AI tools evolve, we're witnessing a fundamental shift in how we interact with them. Traditional generative AI interaction required what's known as prompt engineering, or crafting the perfect words and syntax to get the desired output. But with advanced AI agents like OpenAI's agent mode and tools like GPT-5, we're moving toward what's called context engineering. Where traditional model use required well-worded prompts, newer AI systems ask something deeper. What's your real goal? What context matters? What constraints define success? In this new paradigm, asking the right question means framing the right problem, which is a much more advanced skill. For accountants, framing the right problem is grounded in your understanding of the underlying subject matter. Just as calculators freed us from routine calculations and promoted analytical thinking, generative AI shifts our focus from prompt syntax to task design and strategic planning. One important type of prompting is text-to-image prompting. For example, you could upload a receipt or invoice image and prompt, extract the key accounting information from this document and suggest the appropriate journal entry. But always follow through with cross-check the extracted data against the original image for accuracy. Another type is text-to-document prompting. For example, you could upload a PDF financial statement and prompt, identify potential red flags in this 10K that want further investigation. Then apply your professional skepticism to evaluate the response. Remember that effective prompting isn't just about text anymore. It's about orchestrating generative AI across different types of input while maintaining that critical human oversight that we've emphasized throughout this course. Let me give you a framework for building effective prompts that works for both academic and professional situations. Just remember the word craft, C-R-A-F-T. C stands for context, which provides the background. What's the academic topic or business situation? What data are you working with? What's your learning objective or deadline? R, or role, tells the AI what perspective to take. Should it act as a patient tutor, a study partner, a staff accountant, a senior auditor, a tax specialist, or a financial analyst. A for action specifies the exact task. Explain, analyze, summarize, calculate, compare, recommend. F for format determines how the output should be structured. Step-by-step explanation, memo, bullet points, table, paragraph form, etc. Finally, T or tone sets the appropriate style. Should it be conversational for learning, formal for external communications, technical for specialist audiences? In the academic environment, instead of saying explain accounting for investments, you might say, you're a patient accounting tutor helping me prepare for my intermediate accounting exam. Explain the 3 methods of accounting for investments, equity method, consolidation, and fair value, using simple examples and bullet points. Use conversational language that a student can easily understand. Then quiz me on my understanding of the methods. On the professional side, instead of saying, help me with this financial data, you might say, you're a senior accountant preparing for a client meeting about their Q3 results. The client is a small manufacturing company whose owners are not financially sophisticated. Create talking points in bullet format using professional but accessible language that explains why their gross margin decreased from 35% to 32%. Notice how in both examples, the AI is given everything that it needs to provide useful responses tailored to your specific situation and audience. Let's see how the craft frameworks works with a complex accounting standard. Instead of asking, help me with lease accounting, structure a comprehensive prompt that gives AI everything it needs to provide valuable assistance. Foresee the context. This is a mid-sized company with 50-plus leases using ASC 842 transition. For the role, you're a senior accountant advising management. For the action, identify the 3 highest risk lease classifications requiring immediate action. F for format, executive summary with risk ranking and next steps. And for the tone, professional but accessible for non-accounting management. Notice how this approach mirrors how you'd brief a junior accountant or explain a project to a colleague. You provide context about the business situation, clarify the role you want the AI to take, specify exactly what action you need, determine the appropriate format for your audience, and set the right tone for the communication. The AI can then focus on a specific challenge, identifying high-risk leases rather than giving you a generic explanation of ASC 842. The approach saves time and produces more useful results because you've done the strategic thinking about what you actually need. This safe framework works whether you're studying complex accounting topics or handling real client situations. The key is being as specific and structured with AI as you would be with any professional colleague. Let's shift to common prompting mistakes that lead to poor results in both academic and professional environments. Vague instructions are the biggest culprit in both. In academic work, compare the prompt, help me with accounting, to the prompt, explain why we debit assets and credit liabilities in double-entry bookkeeping using a simple example. In professional work, compare the prompt, help me with taxes, to the prompt, calculate the Section 179 depreciation deduction for $50,000 of equipment purchased in Q2 for a calendar year C corporation. The more specific the prompt, the more actionable the results. Academic-specific mistakes include asking for assignment answers instead of understanding. For example, give me the journal entries for this problem is not so good. You should say, help me understand the logic behind the journal entries and walk me through the process. Also, not building on conversations during study sessions misses opportunities to deepen understanding. Professional mistakes include assumption overload. The AI doesn't know your client's industry, your company's policies, or your local tax jurisdiction unless you specify them. Single-shot prompting misses opportunities for complex analysis that benefit from iterative refinement. Ignoring limitations by asking for real-time data or proprietary information sets you up for failure. Effective AI interaction is rarely a single exchange. Rather, it's a conversation that builds understanding over time. This applies whether you're studying for an exam or conducting professional analysis. Start broad and then narrow your focus through iterative prompting. The universal issue across both contexts is accepting outputs without verification. In academic work, this prevents real learning. In professional work, it can lead to serious errors. The key principle for both contexts: treat AI like a very capable assistant who needs clear instructions and whose work requires your review. Let's put theory into practice. What if you were given financial data for ABC Manufacturing, a company whose quarterly results show declining gross margins? Let's see how you could use iterative prompting to investigate the issue. As a first step, you would upload the financial data, making sure that you're adhering to policies related to confidential information. Then you would start with a broad prompt like, analyze the financial performance trends for ABC Manufacturing, focusing on profitability metrics. Based on the AI's initial response, you would narrow your focus. You might follow up with, the gross margin declined from 35% to 28%. What factors typically cause this type of margin compression in a manufacturing company? Based on the output, you would continue drilling down, looking at the cost of goods sold components. What specific cost categories show the most significant increases? And this is crucial. You would verify the AI's conclusions using your accounting knowledge. Do the explanations make sense? Are there alternative explanations that the AI missed? And finally, you would document your prompting strategy. What worked well? What would you do differently? How do your prompts evolve as you learn more about the situation? Let me introduce you to two powerful tools that bridge academic learning and professional development: OpenAI's Study Mode and Gemini's Guided Learning. Both Study Mode and Guided Learning use a Socratic method by questioning users to think more deeply instead of simply providing answers. The difference between the two is how they do it. Study Mode functions like a one-on-one tutor that responds with questions, hints, and follow-ups based on the user's input. Guided Learning, on the other hand, resembles a structured lesson with visuals and explanations. For academic learning, the benefits of Study Mode and Guided Learning are tremendous. They lead you step by step to help in the reasoning process as opposed to memorization. Most importantly, they encourage critical thinking. For professional development, Study Mode and Guided Learning can help with complex scenarios. You might prompt, help me understand when to recognize revenue under ASC 606 for this software licensing arrangement with multiple performance obligations. For tax issues, you might prompt, walk me through the factors that determine whether this worker is an employee or an independent contractor. For audit planning, help me develop risk assessment procedures for a client in the cryptocurrency industry. With both Study Mode and Guided Learning, don't ask for answers, ask for guidance in your thinking. Pay attention to how the AI helps you discover understanding rather than just providing information. Apply a 3-layer verification for all generative AI outputs. First, logic check. Does the response make intuitive sense? Second, source verification. Cross-reference with authoritative materials like textbook or GAP. Third, critical thinking. Apply your developing expertise to identify potential issues. Watch for red flags like contradictory information, oversimplified explanations, or calculations that seem too convenient. Academic red flags include explanations that contradict authoritative sources, oversimplified answers to complex concepts, or missing steps in problem-solving processes. Professional red flags include overly confident assertions without evidence, calculations that seem too convenient, or recommendations that ignore industry-specific factors. Document your verification process in both environments. For academic work, this helps reinforce your learning, and for professional work, it protects both you and your clients and demonstrates due diligence. Effective prompting must always operate within ethical boundaries, both in your academic work and future professional practice. Understanding those boundaries now will help you develop good habits that will serve you throughout your career. Academic boundaries are crucial for learning. Never ask generative AI to complete assignments for you. This defeats the purpose of education and violates academic integrity. Don't use generative AI when your instructor has explicitly prohibited it, even if you think it would be helpful. Always disclose generative AI assistance when required by your professor's guidelines. And most importantly, focus on using generative AI to understand concepts rather than just getting answers. The goal is learning, not just completing tasks. Professional boundaries become even more stringent. Never input confidential client information into public generative AI tools. This violates confidentiality agreements and potentially compromises sensitive data. Don't ask generative AI to make professional judgments that require professional licensure, such as whether an audit opinion should be qualified or what tax positions are defensible. These judgments require professional experience, knowledge of specific circumstances, and accountability that only licensed professionals can provide. Avoid requesting AI opinions on specific audit conclusions or compliance issues that require professional certification. Universal principles apply on both the academic side and the professional side. You remain personally responsible for all outputs, whether academic or professional. Your grade, professional license, reputation, and liability don't transfer to the AI system. Always verify by cross-checking data, confirming calculations, and applying critical thinking. You can't defend a mistake by saying, "The AI told me to do it." Maintain ethical standards in all AI interactions, treating the technology as a powerful tool that enhances but never replaces human judgment and responsibility. This isn't meant to limit your use of AI. It's meant to help you use it responsibly and effectively while maintaining the integrity that defines both good students and competent professionals. As we conclude Module 4, which I know was a bit long, remember that effective prompting is fundamentally a communication skill that will serve you both as a student and throughout your professional career. The principles covered, clarity, specificity, context, and verification, mirror the communication and collaboration skills that make you successful in academic work and effective with colleagues and clients. The shift from prompt engineering to context engineering reflects not just the evolution of AI technology, but the evolution of your role both as a learner and a future professional. Your value isn't in crafting the perfect syntax. It's in clearly defining learning objectives as a student and business problems as a professional, understanding complex requirements and applying critical thinking to challenging situations. Verification and critical thinking remain as important in your studies as they will be in your career. In fact, as AI outputs become more polished and sophisticated, your ability to identify subtle errors and apply contextual knowledge becomes more valuable in both academic and professional environments. Your competitive advantage comes from combining AI skills with deep accounting knowledge, maintaining ethical standards, even when technology makes shortcuts possible, and developing sound judgment about when and how to use AI tools appropriately in different situations, whether that's studying for an exam or analyzing client financial statements. To review, Module 4 focused on how to effectively communicate with powerful AI tools. It covered prompt engineering fundamentals, explored the evolution toward context engineering, examined multimodal prompting for academic and professional applications, but always emphasized verification strategies. The goal was to shift your focus from being AI users to being AI collaborators. Module 5 will focus on developing the 4 essential skills for AI collaboration: critical thinking and problem solving, adaptability and continuous learning, communication and collaboration, and ethical AI awareness.